Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 06.16.2025. Current time is 06:11 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That's the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. This Monday morning, start of a new week, folks. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And I'm Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for social media feeds there, as far as I'm posting on all those fine social media platforms there, which I did. I'd have to do it also on the Facebook this morning because we only have six channels today. Facebook, for some reason, on maintenance maybe or something. I couldn't get it to. There was no option. I tried to reestablish the connection and it's not there. So I'll have to look at that. But we have the hot link in there, so the folks from Facebook, the Fireman Rich Facebook page, can join us. And we do have the morning coffee here to start the new week, folks. It starts all over again. We're working towards the weekend once again. I know this coffee is good. This coffee is good. It's good coffee. Good coffee. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We had pretty good weekend. It was quiet. It was cloudy and overcast and all that, just like it is now. And yeah, it's no fog. It's cloudy and overcast today. But we didn't do any live streaming. I'm procrastinated again. As far as live streaming on the for Lord of the Rings Online. We did do a winner chicken dinner from PUBG Battlegrounds before that got out of the queue and stuff, and I did play some Battlegrounds with my good friend over there in Scotland, Wingnut, to give him a shout out and a good morning. We play daily. It's great fun. Despite all the cheats, there's a number of cheats. It can be frustrating, but then again, it can be challenging. Good morning, Tina. Tina, our Jersey girls in the chat there on the Twitch side. Good morning, and I hope you had a great weekend, my friend. And if you don't have it already, go get your coffee here, girl. Coffee is tasting good. So, but we had. What else did we didn't do much. Yesterday's Father's Day, and my big highlight for Father's Day when I often mention here that I do go out on a Sunday morning to get the Penny Saver. That's an actual paper publication there that comes out weekly, and I get it up here at the local Stop and Shop gas station and stuff, store, whatever. But they make pizzas up there too, so as I was going out the door, I go to the missus and, well, today's Father's Day. We get a couple slices each for the breakfast pizza. And she said, I was just thinking that same thing. So I had breakfast pizza yesterday, and then I got the traditional, which very much welcome phone calls and text messages here from the young adult children that I raised, and I'm very thankful for that. And it's just a quiet day. I like quiet days. It's like, what do you want to do on your birthday? You want a birthday? No, I just want a quiet day. So I really enjoy that as far as that goes. So, but what else did we do? We just, other than play PUBG Battlegrounds Saturday afternoon and yesterday afternoon, didn't do much of anything really. Mrs. and me watched this one movie, which was almost it was a European movie. I think it was a French movie, but they changed it in English on Netflix. It was like a Jumanji type movie. And thanks. I'm getting up to get my coffee. Okay, Tita, that's good. Get your day going there, girl. Start of a new week, working towards the weekend, as I say. And so it was an interesting movie. It was one of those movies. I didn't give it a thumbs up, or I didn't even give it a thumbs down. But it was interesting as far as there was one actor in there. He played the grandfather of the main character, and I seen the main character, the father and stuff. The family go back to medieval times, and they got to kill these werewolves to complete the game and stuff. And so it had a Jumanji type thing about it and stuff. So it was funny, and especially the ending with Leonardo da Vinci, who you don't realize that's him, but it is him. I can't remember the name, but it was that was Saturday night's movie night here, and they changed up Netflix format on the TV. It's all like, what is this? It's like every couple months they change it. So so I'd say it was a good weekend, despite the weather was. We got a little rain here and there, but nothing really dramatic like last weekend and such. So, but let's see. Currently, you can see I don't have my hoodie on, so it's comfortable here. Comfortable. We got a temperature of 62 degrees Fahrenheit in the outside there. So 62 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 16 degrees Celsius, and the temperatures was pleasant. You know, like I said, it just I gassed up. I had gassed up as far as my car, so I don't really drive that much anymore. So from the trip that we came back last weekend from Vermont, I was down to a quarter tank, so I figured I better go get the gas too. So, but let's see. I'm not sure what looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy, high around 70. So winds out of the south by southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's not too bad. Sun is stuck at rising at 5:30 a.m. So it rose about 47 minutes ago, and it's currently 6:17 right now. So 5:30 a.m. And the sun will set tonight at 8:44, pushing towards that 9 p.m. 8:44 p.m. tonight. The sun will be setting, and and such. So let's see. We're good to go over on everything, right? Let me see what's the stream doing. Stream is it's okay, I guess. Okay, stream is doing good, and let me see. I gotta check. Let's see. I got to check. We're on X Live. Let me check the X Live, folks. We have one viewer on X Live right now, and we don't have any Facebook, but we do have Kick. Let's see. I got to bring the Kick up. Let me see. I forgot the Kick. Let's bring up Kick, and I'm just on Kick for kicks, I guess. um, let's see. Channel. No, that's not what I want. I don't want that. Let's see, channel here. And we have one viewer over on Kick. Thank you very much. Oh, there's Buggy. Buggy's joining us. Hi, Bug. How you doing? Huh? Good girl. One person on Kick, and like I said, we're on locals, uh, YouTube. Let me check the YouTube here. Just want to check my streams. You okay, Buggy? It's okay. You're a good girl. And Tim Fan 40's on. I just saw that, Tim. You're on the YouTube. How you doing there, Tim? Yeah, this is Buggy. Hi, Bug. Okay. Tim Fan 40. Yo yo yo. How we doing? Good to see you there, Tim. Coming in from Michigan, as far as that goes. Our resident contractor that's out there. Okay, so there we have that. Let me put the comments up over here. Okay, there we go. I just saw that you came in. Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. As we get the start of another week, and my butt hurts. World times and temperature starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:20 a.m. 77 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:20 a.m. Clear skies. Current temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois at 5:21 a.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing. In New York City, the jungle, concrete jungle there in New York City. It's 6:21 a.m. 6:21 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, Tim Fan 40 says, doing good. Thanks. Very good, sir. Very good. Start of another week here. A lot of fun for you on the contracting front. Oh, contractors are always busy, even on the weekend. Tina says down there in Central Jersey, 66 for the low or for the high, 61 for the low, cloudy, too cold for June. Yeah, it has been cold. We haven't, knock on wood, we have not put our air conditioners, which last year at this time we did have our air conditioners. We had one, two, we had four. We put four. I think we're going to go with four this time too. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been unusually cold, Tina. Yes, that is. It has been as far as that goes. And let's see, across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland at 11:22 a.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing there. 64 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, Mangia in Milan at 12:22 p.m. It's lunchtime in Milan with the temperature of 84 degrees, sunny and clear, sunny and clear. Huge foam job today. Okay, that's get the big one done today, so you can just cruise the rest of the week, right, Tim? And hey, Mazza from Las Vegas is saying hi, Tina, and Lord Rich. Okay, how you doing, my brother, veteran, Air Force veteran there? How you doing? He does for the folks. He used to be an EOD guy. He played with the bombs. Oh, 12,000 gallons of foam. Ooh, that's a lot. Make sure you make sure you and your crew have their breathing apparatus on. You don't need to be breathing any of that crap. You'll be getting it's um, a sure thing that if you breathe that crap, you're going to get cancer. And Tina's saying good morning to Maza, and also good morning to Tim Fan on YouTube from the Twitch side there, as far as that goes. Yeah, I can imagine lots of barrels. So 50-gallon. How many? Let's see. What is that? Let me see. What'd you say? 12,000. 12,000 gallons. So if we take 12,000 and divide that by 50-gallon cans, like 50-gallon cans, I take it. 24 50-gallon they're 55-gallon cans. You got 24 of them, so make sure you count 24. Oh, that's a lot of product right there. And Tim says right. Yeah, lots of barrels of foam. So there we go. And Tim Sanfis. And Mazda says, I finally got a day off so I can say hi to my favorite fellas. Okay, we're glad you're here, Mazda. I was wondering where you've been. So I figure if I don't see somebody in the chat, I figure you're busy doing real world stuff and the like. And, and I appreciate you being here, Mazda. It's great to have you here. I would call you a regular viewer, even though you're not here every day, but you're here enough times to be called a regular, I guess. So greatly appreciate you being here, my friend, and such. So let's see. Continuing with the world times and temperature. Milan, lunchtime 12:25, sunny and clear, 84. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur at 6:25 p.m. in their early evening, sunny and clear at Kuala Lumpur, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan, in their evening at 7:25 p.m. currently there. It's clear skies, 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and down under on the great continent and great country in the great country of Australia. Great friend and allies to the United States in Melbourne, Australia at 8:25 p.m. It's raining in Melbourne, 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney to the east at 8:25 p.m. Clear skies in Sydney, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. We do have a thought for the day, and this thought for today is from a statesman and former British paymaster of the forces, Edmund Burke. Edmund Burke. Who is Edmund Burke? Edmund Burke is a. Oh, let me get this skinny here. What's the city? Mazda says. Let's see. I always like seeing the funny owl in the background and the green trees outside your window, sir. All I can see is dirt here in Las Vegas. Yeah, it's just you're in the desert for God's sakes. That's why you got some pretty rock gardens out there, right? In the in the in the in the community there. Yeah, it's all. I have my cousin or my nephews. They're out there in Arizona, so Arizona is probably similar to the Las Vegas region. And I remember years back. This is before they went into service. This is at my father's funeral. Their grandfather years back. They were still kids. They were still, I think they were at high school, and they came back east here, and they couldn't believe all the greenery because they say it's the same thing. It's all it's dirt and brown, and there's nothing really. It's always sunny and hot and all that. So it was hard for me to fathom that because I've never really been in that part of the country. I mean, the furthest west I've been is San Antonio, Texas, when I was in basic training, and Wichita, Kansas, at McConnell Air Force Base, where it's flat and it's still green. There's vegetation and stuff as far as that goes. And but Mazda says it's beautiful. Good change of pace. Yeah, I'd like to see that. There's a guy I've been following who's out there. Nomad Brad on YouTube. He just had a live broadcast. He's getting a new. He lives in his. He lives in his converted. Well, he has a converted U-Haul truck, and he's getting a new one now. But he's out there in the Arizona, so I get a chance to see that type of landscape through his broadcasts and stuff like that. So he's always over Australia or Arizona, I should say. Our thought for today: Edmund Burke was an Anglo-English or Anglo-Irish statesman, journalist, writer, literary critic, philosopher, and parliamentary orator. I guess he announces things. Who is regarded the founder of the social and culture philosophy of conversation. So he's the father of conversations, and this is a pretty prevalent thought for the day. I guess when I was looking at them, this one is the one that popped out at me. And let's see, because of current events that happened over the weekend here that we're not going to get into. Okay, there's some more activity going on in the Middle East. Check your news to find out what's going on. Um, I don't want to get into this discussion here because it's too early for they. Oh, I do have to say the breaking news overnight is they caught the guy that assassinated the Minnesota couple. That one was a state senator and the other one was a state representative. Um, yeah, the world is pretty crazy, but it's the more exactly, Mazda. Yeah, we know what's going on. We don't have to really get into the details and stuff like that. And as far as that goes, but the overnight thing is, yeah, that was messed up. The guy is, he's definitely a screw loose up here as far as that goes. So it just, um, so I got up last night to go to the bathroom and I checked in the overnight news feeds on my phone, and then we got the alert there that they caught the guy. They caught the guy. I guess he was local. He was right at his farm. So yeah, so the pretty messed up situation there as far as that goes. You never want to see that. But with that, along with the other thing, as far as the other item that's going on, the major item in the news, without going into it, it's basically comes down to good fighting against evil. That's what this morning's thought for the day from Edmund. What's his name again? Edmund Brooke. We got 4 people on X Live. Thank you very much. Good morning, X Live. Edmund Burke. And it goes as follows: all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good man do nothing. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. What do you mean if good men do nothing? That you got to do something to triumph, right? wait a minute. I looked. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. That doesn't make sense. Let me see what the quote often attributes to Edmund Burke emphasizes that evil can flourish when good people remain. Oh, when good people remain inactive. Okay, I see what it's going at. That's what I thought it was, or failure to oppose it. So we have to always be um, conscious of that, and fight evil. Hey, Liberty. Good morning with the American. I love the American flags. Thank you, Liberty. Liberty coming in from the Niagara Buffalo area. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a great weekend. Um, I agree. Goodman has to. Yeah. Okay. So I guess you got it. I thought it was going the other way, but you got the gist of it there, Mazza. Yeah. Good men, good people have to triumph over evil. Okay. I'm always one for that. That's been yeah. Good people have to act. Mazza says yes. We have to act. You can't just let evil go by. Evil has to be challenged, and and you did. Happy let's see. Liberty said, "Oh, what the hell? I'm clicking on your name and I get in your profile. I don't want your profile." So you did. Happy Father's Day to all. Yeah, I had a good Father's Day. It was nice and quiet day. So, but getting back to our thought for the day there by Edmund Burke. Um, Again, it emphasizes that evil can flourish when good people remain inactive or fail to oppose it. It highlights the moral responsibility of an individual to stand up against wrongdoing and the potential consequences of inaction. So if we don't do anything, they're just going to whatever. It's sort of like if you keep on getting bullied, punch the bully in the nose and they'll think, whoa, I better not do that anymore. And the quote suggests that evil success is contingent upon the silence and passiveness of those who are capable of resisting it. They're the people that are doing evil. They want people to just not do anything. The action will prevent uh, be will counter that. So a great quote from Edmund Burke, and we appreciate it. God bless and Godspeed, sir. But it says, but when you first read it, it sounds like, oh, okay, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that men. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, if men don't do nothing, evil will. Yeah, okay, it's over my head. I guess that's one of those ones that's like, okay, I get it now. I get it now. That's exactly what I thought about when I first saw it. It's like I need more coffee. And yes, it is early. Yes, but I shouldn't have an excuse. I'm up early every day anyway, so. That is a good quote, but it pertains to what's going on. Like this guy that they caught last night. He's an evil person. He's an evil person that if they did nothing, they just let him go. Then he gets away with taking two other people's lives. He almost took out. I guess the two people that there was two other people that. I guess they're doing okay. They're out of surgery. The one person's out of surgery, and such that. And then the other thing is just like one side is definitely good and one other side is definitely bad because the one side is doing harm onto other people. So you have to counter that. And I'm always on the side of good as far as that goes. Um, yeah, I guess there was an addition to the list there. So they're going to make it's like okay, he had that list. It just goes back to the guy who was sick in the head. I because I can't comprehend. There's no justification for that. It's just like as far as that goes. So that's enough about that. But just to say they did get that guy out in Minnesota there, and Minnesota is my birth state. I have cousins that are out there in Minnesota, and I don't think I have any more. All my uncles, I think, have passed away. I think my uncle Joey was the last one. Oh, and happy! Thank you, happy Father. Well, I don't know if you're a father there, Mazza, but if you are, happy Father's Day to you. Yeah, it was a good day. It's a good day. Nice and quiet. I don't get. The holidays, even me and the missus now, even during Thanksgiving, Christmas, we don't make a big hoopla about the holidays now. Just a nice quiet day. That's on the agenda all the time. Let's see our national day today. I think Tina's going to really like this one because we only have two, and the one that pops out is going to go. Let's see. Oh, you're not a father yet. I got a daughter, picks, and two nieces. I got that guitar picks and two nieces fancy shirts. Okay. Oh, you got my dad guitar picks and two nieces. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's see. We only have one. We only have one. Today is National Fudge Day, and I think I've told my fudge story. I've made fudge. First time I made it, was peanut butter fudge with Reese's peanut butter. Oh, you got to have Reese's peanut butter, and man, was it good! It was good. Today, hashtag National Fudge Day. National Fudge Day. Around. You like that one? The missus. National what? Salad Day. I think there is one somewhere. What's National Salad Day? That was the other thing. Yesterday for Father's Day, the missus cooked up some Speedies, which were pretty good. And Tina says, "Oh, good. I like peanut butter and vanilla. That's good." Captain Rehab, good morning. Coming in from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, as far as that goes. Um, Woohoo! Salad sounds nice right now. Okay. And Tina's laughing at the missus here. Captain Rehab says Mrs. the Speedies cooker. Yeah, she cooked up some Speedies, and Captain Rehab saying hi to Auntie Tina. So today, July 16th, National Fudge Day, allows us to indulge in one of the favorite flavors, fudge. Oh, fudge! This delicious confectionery food holiday brings sweet joy to our taste buds. And Tina saying good morning to Captain Rehab, her nephew, her internet nephew. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say. Yeah, there's people that make nicknames, I guess, from what Captain Rehab is telling us in the chat. But we're going to try and keep it clean, okay? Fudge has been around since 1886, when the earliest records documented references are found. In a letter from Amelia Batserby Heritage, a student at Vassar College, she mentioned fudge being sold to students at college. However, many believe fudge actually originated as a mistake, that when a baker may have fudged a batch of caramels for Valentine's Day. However, it happened. Fudge became extremely popular by the 19th century. Shops um, all over the place began to produce similar fudge and sell it at summer vacations. Interesting. Fudge is still made in a few of those original shops out there. Well, it says it was made out there in Tim Phan's Way, out in um, Mackinac, an island in Michigan. That's where it's a mess. Yeah, Vassar College. Yeah, do you know? Is that down there? I think that's down outside Philly, isn't it? And Captain Maz is laughing at it, and yeah, I laughed at it, Maz. Yeah, but I'm not going to post it. It's the football fan that's in me. Oh, your brother went there, Vassar. Okay, yeah, I've heard of Vassar. I've heard of Vassar College. That's pretty interesting. Oh, it's in Poughkeepsie. It's a New York college. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, it is. Okay, I always thought it was down in Philly or something like that, down south and stuff. But then again, I always thought growing up, St. Bonaventures was out there in Michigan. It wasn't. Um, it's in Poughkeepsie. Vassar College. I don't recall. I don't remember that. In Poughkeepsie, I went to high school in Newburgh, so Poughkeepsie's right up the road. I remember St. Margaret or St. Mary's. St. Mary's is down there. There's a college called St. Mary's. St. Mary's or something, St. Mary's College or something like that. And then was West Point. West Point, that's the big college down there, military academy. But I can't remember Vassar College. I think back then I always thought Vassar College was in the city there with St. John's. Okay, let's see. Tomorrow, it's been 2 weeks since we did a Mixcloud broadcast, so tomorrow we will be doing a Mixcloud broadcast instead of the Fireman Rich audio podcast there, and so we're going to be presenting 8 songs of rock and roll and nature, and I like playing on the Mixcloud. I play that want to be a radio DJ for a little bit there. It only lasts for about 35, 45 minutes as far as it. The Mixcloud page is what's my Mixcloud page? Mixcloud. I'll be posting the link on X and some other platforms, but my Mixcloud page is mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts, as far as that goes. So there we go. Mind if I ask you, ask what your favorite brand is? Favorite brand of what? Fudge? Massa? What favorite brand? Oh, favorite band. Oh, Kansas, of course. I like Kansas. Kansas is my favorite music group. I like Kansas. I love. They're my favorite group. There, I like a lot of other groups too, like Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd, but Kansas is by far my number one favorite. And then my favorite musical artist is Joe Bonamassa. Guy, he can play guitar. He is great, Joe Bonamassa. I mean, at 8 years old, he was opening for BB King. Uh, let's see. And Massa says, "Nice." That's my dad. Yeah, I saw Kansas in concert twice. Once up there in Boston. I saw them once here locally here in New York. And Liberty says Bob Seger. Yeah, Bob Seger's a good guy. I like Bob Seger. Bob Seger's great. One guy that fell from grace is Bruce Springsteen. I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan. Don't like his rhetoric. It's just like I don't really care any American going overseas first and dishing this country. You have a right to say whatever you want, but um, if you can't say that here in the States, which he probably has, but so I met Joe Bonamassa when I was in high school. Really? Wow. That's a trip. He's a nice guy. Oh God, that's good to hear. I like him. I mean, I've only hooked on to him because I don't think the Bruce Springsteen was up there until he fell from grace in my eyes. I don't really care for him. Uh, a bit honored. Yeah, a bit honored. What? Yeah, he's a nice guy. That's good to hear. He seems like I follow him. I listen to him. I listen to him at least a couple times a week on the YouTube and stuff like that. He puts out a great YouTube channel as far as that goes. Um, Big honor. He visited Mojave High School in Vegas. Really? Wow, that's something. That's cool. That is so cool. I would love to, just um, I mean, he has his full concerts on YouTube, so he's by far my favorite. And he's a New Yorker too. He was born up there in Utica, New York, and then but at 8 years old, he opened for BB King. It's just like when I first 8 years old, man. He can play guitar. He can, yeah. He is a legend. He is a legend. I mean, nobody can. Um, he's just phenomenal as far as that goes, and he has some good bandmates and stuff like that. So we will be doing Mixcloud tomorrow, and as far as that goes, and we'll see what happens with that. Why do I got this up twice? I don't know why I got that up twice. Let's see. I think I got this one. We're going to be doing history. We got 100 years ago as of this past Friday, so we're going to be doing 100 years ago. Um, what the hell is this? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of the scrolly thing there, and let's go ahead and go to present. Let's see, we're going to go 100 years ago. There we go. So we're going to do 100 years ago with Roger Luther. We don't have the young lady there. We have some guy there. This is from what's the date on this one? June 13th, which was last Friday. June 13th, the only Friday the 13th for the year, matter of fact. I think. Usually we have 2 or 3. So let's go ahead and we'll present this one and get it started here. 100 years ago, here in the southern tier of upstate New York, as of June 13th, this past Friday.
A new bridge over the Shenango River is delayed. Thieves break into a Binghamton bathhouse, and a man gets intoxicated drinking too much hair shampoo. Broome County historian Roger Luther is here with tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, the formal opening of the new Memorial Bridge over the Shenango River at Riverside Drive is scheduled for July 14th. But now there's some question whether the bridge will be completed by then. The new Spanish-American War monument, to be installed in a plaza at the eastern approach to the bridge, is still on schedule to be unveiled on that day. Thieves broke into the Front Street bathhouse last night after 9 o'clock and stole about $20 worth of chocolate bars and gum. Police believe that a group of boys is responsible. And finally this afternoon, a man was found lying on a lawn on North Street, too intoxicated to walk. Officers later discovered that he had been drinking hair shampoo. The shampoo had a high alcoholic content, and he had drunk 2 bottles of it. That was the news, June 13th, 1925.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Lordy, 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 lordy. What's going on there? What is going on with that shampoo thing? Oh, found a man lying on the lawn, intoxicated. Officials discovered he had been drinking. I guess when you're drunk, you'll drink almost anything. This shampoo had a high alcohol content, so he drank. Okay. The big thing there, the candy bars that were stolen, $20 worth. So $20 worth of candy. Let's see, $20 from 1925. We've done this before. What's the cost of that? $20 in 1925. The value, $20 in 1925 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $367 today, folks. Over $300 in candy bars the person stole. Oh my God, that's unreal. That is unreal. And yeah, Big Juice I think Big Juice missed another 100 years ago, Captain Rehab. And Tina saying lots of laughs and saying, "Oh my, yeah, that's $300 that they took off with," and which is something there. And what's with the bridge? Oh, the Spanish American monument being installed in the plaza in the east approach of the bridge is still on schedule to be unveiled. What's wrong with the bridge here is scheduled, but now there's a question of the bridge being completed by. Okay, they were behind typical contracting work there. Tim Fan 40 should know about that as far as always behind, never completing it. Just kidding, Tim. Just kidding. Oh, that's something. Drinking the shampoo and $300 worth of chocolate stolen. By 2025, the $20 bill was a lot of money back then. That was a lot of money as far as that goes. Let's see. In other history, in 1858, Abraham Lincoln delivered his House Divided speech in Springfield, Illinois, where he was a state representative in Illinois before he became president. That's a very decisive and inspirational speech. And let's see. In 1911, IBM was founded as the Computer Tabulated Recording Company in Endicott, New York, by Mr. Watson. It used to be called the Computing Tabulated Recording Company, and then they changed it to International Business Machines, and then they just changed it to IBM. I worked there. I was an IBMer. I could say that, and um, I think working there was was fun until the shit hit the fan and they decided to leave. We're talking about music entities there, but in 1965, Bob Dylan recorded "Like a Rolling Rock" with the session musician Mike Bloomfield and rookie Al Cooper with a K, which whose improvised riffs on the origin became one of rock's most recognizable sounds, and Rolling Stone magazine ranked it as one of the greatest songs in rock and roll history, revolutionary at the time for being 6 minutes long, because most songs were like easily under 2 minutes. Let's see, AP side. What do we got on the AP side? We're going to go fairly quick here, folks. We'll probably only do an hour and a half because I got to pick up. I got to do something with the missus this morning. As far as dealing, we got to take her car to get inspected this morning, so I got to go pick her up. Let's see. Back in June 16th, 1963, the first female space traveler, Valentina Terezhdanskova, 26, was launched into orbit by the Soviet Union aboard Vostok 6. She spent 71 hours in flight, circling the Earth 48 times before re-entry. So that was right after, I think it was May 5th, 1963. Yeah, May 5th, it was a month before that. That's when Alan Shepard went up. May 5th, 1963 was Alan Shepard. So the first female went up a month later there for the Russians. 1903, the Ford Motor Company was incorporated in Detroit, Michigan. And in 1978, that's when, unfortunately, I didn't really care for this. It's probably the only thing. I think he's a good president, but I didn't really care for Jimmy Carter. And the Panamanian leader, Omar Torres, signed the instruments of ratification for the Panama Canal Treaty during a ceremony in Panama, and basically gave the canal back to Panama. And there's talk that the Chinese control it now because they have a lot of business entities down there. And that is about it for the history as far as that goes. And let's see, we got a total of 10 people total. 4 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 1 person on YouTube, 4 people on the Twitch as far as that goes. And let's see, over on X Live, we do have, what do we have over on X Live? We have 4 people over on X Live, and on Kick, we still have 1 viewer over there. We don't have Facebook Live up on the public Facebook. For some reason, they just didn't. Something's going on. I don't know if it's a maintenance thing or something like that. I tried to reestablish connection, but it's just not doing it. So, but the people on Facebook, you got the hot link there. If you're watching this, thank you for clicking on that hot link. And let's see what else we got here. That's okay. Let's see. In sports, basketball, it looks like was it Oklahoma tied it up here this past Friday night. It's 2-2. They beat the. Ooh, what's going on here? I hear a siren.
Welcome, channel mode. Scanning begin.
We'll see what's happening. I hear a siren. We'll keep that right here. See what See if there's any activity. Hear a sign this early. That's not a good sign. We'll keep tabs on that there as far as that goes. Okay, but the Pacers lost to the Thunder Friday night, 111 to 104. So that's tied up. So the next game is tonight in Oklahoma at 8:30 tonight. Pacers will take on, and then they go back after this game. They go back to for Game 6 in Indiana, and then if the seventh game is warranted, it'll be in Oklahoma because they're the division winners. So that's for basketball. Major League Baseball over the weekend. I think the Red Sox or the Yankees were up playing the Red Sox this weekend. I mean, it was such a lazy weekend. I didn't even watch any baseball or sports as far as that goes. What's this? Okay, here's the signs. Let's see. Going back Friday night, we have. Nobody played Friday night. Well, let me just make sure. Friday, Pittsburgh. Yankees lost to the Red Sox Friday night, starting the weekend stance. And the Mets lost too, so they lost. The Phillies, Captain Rehab, they beat the Blue Jays, so that's good for the Yankees here. Thank you, Phillies. Saturday we had Phillies beat the Blue Jays again. They're on a roll there. Mets, they need to win. They picked up a game there. Mets ended up losing to the Rays, so that's 2 games at the Phillies. I know they're right behind the Mets. The Yankees, did they play Saturday? Yes, they did. And they lost to the Red Sox. Wow. Mets and Red Sox, they didn't really do that good this year or this weekend. Yesterday, the Yankees lost again. So they lost the series up there in Boston. And the Mets lost their series down at in Queens there. So Phillies, did they play Sunday? They beat the Blue Jays. So the Phillies got it done this weekend, Captain Rehab. How's that stand in the National East? The Yankees are still in first place by 3.5 games in front of the Rays. In the National League, Mets are still ahead by 2.5 ahead of the Phillies. So there we have that. And of course, what is it? Saturday? Was it Saturday? Yeah, I believe it was it last night, yesterday. I think it was Saturday night. The DC Defenders, you won. Both me and Tony took the Michigan Panthers for the UFL championship there, Captain Rehab. And I know they won 58-34. That's like a high school basketball score right there. DC Defenders are this year's 2025 UFL champions. And I didn't watch any of it, unfortunately. I didn't watch any of it because it was like, I don't know. I'm at the point where who cares? I'm looking forward to the NFL now. I'm looking towards the NFL as far as that goes. And okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Let's put this back on Twitch. Is he up? Yep. Hal and Jim Figerty, they're up. Yes, they are. Football, we have Manchester City. They're in the NIFA, N-I-F-A, the FIFA. I'm sorry, the FIFA. What's that? The FIFA Club World Cups starts. Actually, it started yesterday. And did it start yesterday, the 17th? June 17th. Yeah, so how come we don't have any scores? I got scores, so how come there's no scores? But at any rate, you got Manchester City playing down there in Philadelphia, down there where Captain Rehab's at. They're playing Wydad AC at 12 p.m. today. And that's going to be on Days, D-A-Z. I'm not going to be able to see it, so I'm going to have to watch it on the Manchester, or listen to it on the Manchester. I guess TNT will be broadcasting some games, but Manchester will be playing and we'll see what happens with them in this the start of this particular tournament. The FIFA Club World Cup scores, or I'll be presenting, and how come we didn't get any from yesterday? Let's see what we have for standings. Schedule. How's this look? I'm just looking at the tables. That's the tables, League and Cup. Okay. So we're going to be following this, and let's see, Manchester on this particular game. Oh, it's not even on their main page. What the heck? Okay, let's go to the main. Let's go to the main page here, Manchester website here. They've got some new players, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. So we will be following them. We'll be getting a. It's this. Oh, I know why. Today's Monday. That's why I'm not seeing any scores. I did it again. I did it again. Oh my God! Yeah, the FIFA starts tomorrow. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams get slated for tomorrow gameplay, and then Wednesday is when Manchester City plays at 12 p.m. So we'll be following them, and we'll be talking about them Friday as far as that goes. So let's see. Thursday, I'm not seeing anybody. I guess they're the only team I follow. I don't know any of these other teams. And then Friday, who do we have? So we will be following them. Let's see. Let's go home. Schedule World Cup. In soccer, I guess the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup, the United States beat Trinidad 5-0. I did see that on TV last night, but I don't really watch that type of soccer. If Manchester City, I'm going to watch it because I watch enough of it and stuff like that. Let's see, World Cup. Okay. Well, they already got people playing already because they're in the standings. Group A, you got some teams that already got their first win. Okay, we're going to have to sort this out as far as that goes and stuff. Let's see, scores. Let's see. Oh, today there's games today. Did this start this weekend? Oh, you know what? There was games this weekend. That's why. Okay, we had some games this weekend. Let's see what the highest score was. So let's see what happened here. Thursday. Let's see. There's Friday the 13th. There's nothing there. Saturday, you had one team. They 0-0. Okay, so nobody won there. Let's see. Sunday they had. Oh wow, this one team, a Munich team. They had 10 goals over Akron. That's a New Zealand team. Then there was a 4-0, a 0-0, and 2-1. 10-0. Bayern Munich. That's big. That's big. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a break here. And as far as that goes, and I got to refresh my coffee because I still have some coffee left. And we will be back here in a few minutes. And so just hang loose and we'll be back here. Bubblegum. And we're back. We are back here for the second part of the Monday Morning Coffee for 06.16.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, as well as over there on X, my mainstay for posting on these social media feeds. And good to be here. And I want to glad to have the people that are in chat here, as well as you viewers that are watching live right now. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you very much. And if you're listening to this on Spotify for Creators, because we do repurpose the audio over there on my Spotify for Creators page. Fireman Rich over there on Spotify for Creators. And as far as that goes, to get all the shameful plugs out as far as that goes. But we're here. We got our second cup of coffee here. And we're only going to go probably another 30 minutes here, folks. Because I have to, the missus has to drop her car off to get inspected. It's a yearly inspection. And I have to go pick her up as far as that goes. Can't let her hang there. Let's see. Let's check what's in the local news web pages here. Full disclosure, the web page, the news agencies that I'm referring to their page, full disclosure, I have no association with or whatever. I do like looking at what they have to present as far as the local news, where I can present it here on the morning coffee broadcast to give a little picture, a window, if you will, of what it's like here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And let's see, we had a Dubin's Outdoor Theater hosts an annual Father's Day car show. What father doesn't like a car show? Let's see what this one's about here as far as that goes. So we'll present this one. This is on Fox 40. They're out of Vestal, New York. And again, like I say, I have no association with Fox 40. But this gives you an idea of what's going on here. They had the Dubins. I never heard of Dubins Outdoor Theater. Hosts an annual Father's Day car show. Get to see all the old cars and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and bring this back into present after we get rid of the banner here. And go to present. There it is. And bring it up on the thing here. There we go. And we'll see what this one's all about. Here we go.
Dublin's Outdoor Theater hosted its annual Father's Day car show today. The show featured more than 300 cars brought in by collectors and body shops from across New York and Pennsylvania. Guests had the chance to check out the cars, browse local vendors, and enjoy live music throughout the event. Organizers said a total of about 1,000 people showed up for the event this year.
It has been going great. We have a lot of people coming in and out. We enjoy seeing all the different faces, the happy dads walking around with the kids on their shoulders, just enjoying the event. So it has been a lot of different people, but a very fun, friendly moment for everyone.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. So the Dubin's Outdoors, it's always good. They have quite a few of these up here in my area. And you can see the cloudy overcast from this weekend. And so I like looking at old cars. They're pretty neat. Old cars are neat to watch or to look at as far as that goes. Let's see. What else we got here on Fox 40? We got the Shenango County Historical Society hosts an inaugural summer barn picnic. Let's see what that's all about. Over here on Fox 40 again.
Members in Norwich gathered today for an afternoon of picnic.
Okay, yeah. Hold your horses here. Wait till we get it all set up there before you start. Okay, here we go. I'll bring it the same guy there. He's all anxious to get this. Okay, let's hear this one.
Community members in Norwich gathered today for an afternoon of picnic and history learning. Fox 40's Katie Lynn has the story.
Norwich community members gathered at the Shenango County Historical Society today for the museum's summer barn picnic.
A lot of folks don't realize that we have over 75,000 three-dimensional artifacts, twice that many paper archives, and we just wanted an opportunity to showcase what we do here and for people to see that history is really in their own backyard.
The event featured a variety of activities, including the creation of a cardboard time machine with children's author and illustrator Suzanne Bloom, the presentation of the Eleanor Rob Troik Memorial Scholarship to local high school seniors, and the debut of the 12th issue of the Journal of the Shenango County Historical Society. The event is a part of the new Path Through History program, a biannual event that teaches the public about local history.
As a local community museum, we want to make sure that everything we do reflects our community and the history and the heritage of what people have experienced in their own lives. And so this is an opportunity to come together.
About 175 local community members registered for the event. One attendee, Christy Gorell, was there with her family to support the nonprofit and celebrate her daughter's scholarship award.
And just the opportunity for the kids to be sitting around on the grass, meeting other kids, having free family fun. Yeah, it's important in this area.
Moquin said the public can look forward to the next Path Through History program, which will be Indigenous people in Columbus Day in October. In Norwich, Katie Lynn.
Okay, so there we have it. This the Shenango County Historical Society. Every county has a historical society because there's a lot of history, and we have one here in Owego that they do an outstanding job as far as to record and keep the history of old in the forefront there for people, because we have to remember our history. History is a good tool to learn lessons from. Okay, let's see what else we got on Fox 40. Anything? I think that's it for Fox 40. Oh, over the weekend, not seeing anything. So let's see. WEBO. What's this one about? Let's see. Where's this at? No, it's more or less out of the area there and stuff. Let's see. Local news. Let's see. The Riverfest. What's this Riverfest? Well, this week, I guess this week is the start of Strawberry Festival, so I'm not seeing anything on the WEBO. Let's see. Yeah, the update. Let's see. The latest update. The suspect wanted in connection with the shooting of the two Minnesota state lawmakers and their spouses, killing one of the couples, is now in custody. The guy is 57, apprehended Sunday, a nearly 2-day manhunt. So that's going to be in the news. That'll be a highlighted news item, I guess, for today. So, and let's see, that's about it. I could say something about this. I won't, though. What took place over the weekend? It's just a joke. Anyway, let's see. And there's nothing on WNBF. Let's go to WBNG. WBNG. Oh, here's something about history. What's this about? Let's see what this is about. It says Broome County celebrates history during Path Through History weekend. Okay, let's see what this one is about here. Let's see, we had a weekend of history. This is on WBNG, the local Channel 12 CBS affiliate in Johnson City. Again, I have no affiliation with WBNG. Just want to show their community news pieces there they give you an idea what it's like here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about.
For the past 13 years, New York State has turned back the clocks in June and October to celebrate the state's history. Across the southern tier, a number of historic sites hosted various exhibits and demonstrations. 12 News' Brian Melanson visited several of these sites to uncover more.
A 120-year-old women's club that fought for suffrage, a storied mansion like you've never seen before, and a deeper look at the evolution of craftsmanship in the area. These were just a few sites open to the public for Broome County's Path Through History. From 1905 to 2005, the Phelps Mansion in Binghamton served as a private women's club. The club fought fiercely for women's suffrage from 1910 to 1919.
They were very involved in a lot of different things, but the suffrage movement was one of them.
The mansion collected notes from these meetings and combined them to create a living reenactment.
We have taken 9 years of those meetings and compacted into a 40-minute presentation.
To Church, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It's pretty remarkable. That's one of the great things about like a history museum like this is like you can actually come to a place where history happened.
At the Kilmer Mansion, the Junior League of Binghamton hosted a designer show to transform the historic mansion like never before.
And that gave visitors an opportunity to see the mansion in a way they haven't seen it in decades.
To Schweitzer, it is important to be able to bring history to life for those who did not have the opportunity to live it.
It's important. History is important because you don't want to forget. And not only do you not want to forget, but some people don't know. And education is so important. And Kilmer Mansion is here all year round to do that. But it was just an extra special weekend today.
New York's path through history helps connect the community with these historic institutions that have stood the test of time. Brian Melanson, 12 News, Broome County.
Can I make a... Okay, so there we have it as far as bringing history to life, as far as that goes. Hey, Jack, how you doing? Jack is joining us. How you doing, buddy? So it's always good that's, again, local historical events there taking place this weekend. Excuse me. And so... and the women's movement there got started here in New York State, and then just exploded there for the 19th Amendment back in the day, as far as giving women the right to vote, as far as that goes. So let's see what else we got on WBNG. We have more about the car show. Let's go ahead and see what that 200 cars. Let's go ahead and bring this one up here.
Over 200 cars of all kinds were on display at the annual Father's Day Car Show in Conklin. The show itself is a father-son run event. Stephen Maurer tells 12 News that him and his father took over running the show back in 2017. Since then, he says the show has grown to include over 200 cars for the past 3 years.
Well, that was taking it over. It was always a Father's Day thing. We actually do free admission for all the cars. A lot of dads put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears into these cars, and we like for it to be free for them. It's just a nice, relaxing day for all the dads.
Maurer tells 12 News he is looking forward to continuing to run the car show with his dad for years to come.
So there we have another car show, and you can see some classic cars out there. They're pretty notable, especially that Corvette and that Camaro. That's back in my time, and I think that's a Le Mans, right? Convertible Le Mans right next to the. So some older cars. I think that's a newer Mustang that's next to the whatever that car, the older car there. That's a real old car there as far as that goes. Okay, so a little bit more about the car show there. Oh, I'm sorry. Jackie doesn't like me when I clear my throat. Does not like that sound. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And that's it for WBNG. Let's see the whale. What's over on the whale? Not seeing anything really over there. Yeah, there's a couple of things, but like I said, we're only going to be on here for another 10, 15 minutes here, stuff, because I got to get ready because we have to go take a car to get inspected. Let's see, channel 34. Oh, not seeing anything there. Let's see what they got for news. News if you snooze. And let's see, WENY. Oh, here we go. Here's something about the Owego Strawberry Festival. The Owego's 43rd annual strawberry. WENY, this is out of Elmira. Full disclosure, I have no association with WENY, but this tells you about an upcoming event here that I will be attending. and that is the Strawberry Festival. I don't know if this is a video or I have to read this. Okay, it looks like it's you got pictures of some strawberries right there, and I guess I got to read the article here. I don't think there's a video. But the 43rd annual Strawberry Festival is set to take over downtown Owego here in Tioga County. The week bringing 3 days of family fun, food, fun, and live music to the community. Festival kicks off this Thursday, June 19th, with a 5K walk and run at Hickory's Park from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Friday, June 20th, downtown will come alive with a block party featuring vendors, food trucks, children entertainment, and a fireworks show at 9:30. The celebration continues Saturday, June 21st. That's when we'll probably go after the parade. The parade starts at 9:30 a.m. So we're probably going to get there. Me and the missus maybe 9 or 10 o'clock or so, 10:30. But the parade performances from over 20 bands on multiple stages throughout the Friday and Saturday. They have some good groups there. Young visitors can also enjoy Kids Courtyard. Adults 21 and up can partake in a wine and beverage tasting tent for $5 and interact entertainment like jugglers and magicians. So the full schedule is over there at www.owego.org. So I'm looking forward to the Strawberry Festival, folks. It's going to be. I've been there. I went to the last two, so that would have been the. It's the 43rd. So I went to the 41st and 42nd. I never went to the first 40. I knew they were there. I had this thing where I just didn't want to mess with the crowds, but the crowds are not that bad. There's a lot of people that attend this, but it is fun. It is a fun. So I for a couple hours, and plus I get my kettle corn. After the 3 hours, we get ready to leave. I get a big bag of kettle corn. Oh my, this stuff is good. That'll be gone by Sunday. As far as that goes, let's see. Channel 18. Anything on Channel 18? Nothing there. Okay. We go Penny Saver. Nothing there. WKGB. Let's see. Yesterday was July 15th. So why did July 15th matter in rock history? Well, we're going to talk about that. That's yesterday. That's Sunday. So this is from WKGB. This is a radio station. I have no affiliation with WKGB, but they play some. It's more hard rock, if anything. But yesterday was June 15th, and here is why here are some of the reasons why that day mattered in rock history. In 1986, U2 and the Police headlined a concert in New Jersey celebrating 25 years of Amnesty International. In 1989, Nirvana released. I never really cared for Nirvana. They were okay, but I never said what's the thing with them. But in 1989, Nirvana released their double album Bleach. 2003, Metallica, a group I like, had a #1 hit in the country with Saint Anger. It was the fourth record to the top of the charts. It was their fourth record to the top of the charts. And in 1992, the person I don't really like anymore, Bruce Springsteen, began his first world tour without the E Street Band in Stockholm, Sweden. And that's what happened today in rock history. And the reason I don't really care for him anymore, he's bringing his politics into his concerts. Just leave it at the door. We're there. The people are there to listen to the freaking music, for God's sakes. So he's one of several top rock bands. I guess they got to get their opinion out there. It's just, we're not here to listen. I think everybody knows where he stands politically. We're here to listen to your music. Let your music do the talking. It sort of diminish your standing. I mean, I just don't like him anymore because of that. The music is great, but I tell you, Michael Jackson has more clout than he does in my book. That's just me now. Okay, I'm just saying. By far, it's still a great singer or a great artist or musical artist, but I just don't really care for him anymore. He just his rhetoric, what I call rhetoric, but some people take it Let's see. So that's WKGB. Let's see for KISS 102. Oh, here's something. Where is that? No, we don't want that. How come this is? Oh, they must have updated because let's see, KISS 102. Oh, I thought there was a thing about IBM there. Oh, here we go. This is an interest. This is about IBM. Let's go ahead and get rid of that ad. Now, IBM, you're going to see, I've been talking about IBM has been demolishing some old buildings. It's right across the street from the old clock tower. And I'm going to show you a picture here of the old clock tower of IBM. This is on North Street in Endicott, New York. This is where the birthplace of IBM took place, okay? And this is off of KISS 104, the article. And let me bring that up here. Another, where is that? Okay, here we go. Here it is. Okay, KISS 104. And that is the clock tower building. They call it the clock tower because there's a clock on it. The old IBM building there that, let me bring this up just a tad there. There we go. Let's see, does that work? Yeah, after IBM demolition, Endicott's Northeast has a new look. And you can see off to the right, there's no buildings. There used to be buildings there. And I think the building that's in the far background, that's McKinley right there. Okay, so, and right across the street of that, I think that's a wall. That's building 41. That's where I used to work. But I used to work in all these buildings across the street. But that's the original IBM building that they started. And what's going on is the North Street entrance to the village of Endicott looks dramatically different today than it did less than 6 months ago. The demolition of several historical IBM buildings has opened up an unobstructed view of Hayes Ave to McKinley. So they took care of all those old buildings. The construction company workers knocked down the final stages of the old building group a few days ago. Although the vacant buildings are no longer standing, the project to create a shovel-ready site for redevelopment will continue in a couple of months. So we'll see what happens with that. A substantial amount of debris remains to be sorted and hauled away. Some will be trucked to a landfill, and some will be transported to a metal recycling. Much of the concrete will be crushed to provide a cover for the 10-acre site. That's 10 acres that they demolished of buildings. Stacy Duncan of the Broome County Industrial Development Agency said it's good for the psyche of our community to see something new in the location. Well, there's nothing new there. They're just taking care of this, tearing down some buildings. She said we're moving in the right direction as a community, as efforts are made to attract new business to the site. The 130-acre property that had been occupied by the massive IBM Endicott manufacturing complex now is known as Huron Campus. It's owned by a Wisconsin-based real estate firm in Phoenix. Oh, it's no longer. It used to be a local group that had owned it. I guess they sold it. And we do have a WNBF news video from Bob Joseph, who works there at WNBF. We're going to go ahead and show that. Let me get to that right here. Let's see, where is that? That's right here. And we'll see, it'll give us an idea of the area because Bob Joseph does these walk-arounds. There it is. Let's go and see what this one's about. Pieces of IBM today. Today, he visited the company's birthplace as seen from McKinley Avenue, watched the news. Okay, so he usually does it pretty good.
Friday, June 13th, 2025, McKinley Avenue. A view of what could be the new Endicott. All of the old IBM building group structures are now down, but the work continues to remove what's left of the site. Wow. That's a major difference. We still see The buildings to the west.
Okay, that building right there is building 41. You can see the front part. You see the front part, the second floor. That I used to work right there. That's a test area I used to work in right there. So this is building 41 that's still standing, and it's one of the newer buildings. This is on the corner of North Street and McKinley. But I used to go in the entrance right over there, and I used to work right there. My tester was right by that corner window, which was pretty cool.
Former IBM buildings that are still being used, in some cases by BAE Systems, which is expanding here in Endicott. But to the east, a site we've never seen before.
Yeah, really.
You've got a clear view of the clock tower.
A lot of history being taken down right there. There's the top building. There's the top building.
The demolition crews from Boric Construction continue to do their work. Tons and tons and tons of debris that still need to be sorted. So this project will probably continue into August. That's the expectation right now. As far as what happens going forward at this site, we don't know. For all we know, 5 or 10 years from now, the site will be an empty.
Okay, I think I lost the signal here. Let me bring this back here. What happened? Let's see. Yeah, I lost it. Let's see. Let me bring that back for you folks. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Okay, share. There we go. Are we back? Let's see. Yep, we're back. Let's go ahead and restart. Okay, Captain Rehab. Rich, I watched a live stream of the... Oh, okay, that's good. I hope you enjoyed it. I did a pass on that. We're talking about this is the IBM site there, Captain Rehab, and where that the excavator. This is in the basement of building 25 and 26, and I used to work down there. That used to be labs down there. I used to work down there, but like I showed in building 41, it's across the street. Yeah, Endicott. This is Endicott, New York, birthplace of IBM. This is the old. Right across, you can see the clock tower. That's the original, one of the original IBM buildings right there. And the building right next to it, that's the community center. It's a community center now, but that's where the cafeteria was for IBM in Endicott. They made a good breakfast and lunch there. So let's finish.
County and Endicott officials are hoping it could be the start of something big, this new industry coming to this area. I want to show you something. Here's a part of the building that was at the corner of McKinley Avenue and North Street. I always wondered what was in the basement of this building.
The basement, you could call. There was tunnels underneath. You could take. There's a tunnel entrance there that could take you under the street. I remember as a kid, the first time I visited, my father worked here, and he parked over. The power plant is just down the road here on the right side, on the northern side of the plant. And we'd take the tunnel and we'd stop right in the middle of North Street, and he'd look up and say, "We're underneath the North Street, Richie. There's tunnels," and I think that's what he's going to go to.
Well, now you know. That's the latest. I'm Bob Joseph, reporting.
Thank you, Bob Josephs from WNBF. Yeah, there was tunnels. There was a tunnel down there that connected the other side of the street as far as that goes. So that was pretty interesting and such. So that was a good piece there. But I worked there. That hole that's right there, I spent, there's laboratories that I worked out of there and stuff like that. I would go down there. That was pretty much they would have the core product, the building blocks for they would expose them down there and then bring them up to building 18, which is on the other side of building 41 to etch them. And then they would take that product, build it up, and they would have like a 25 layer circuit board as far as that goes. Richard was Dexter. Yeah, Dexter. Oh. So a lot of history. lot of history in that area right there as far as IBM. I really appreciate the night. Well, I worked there for 9 years. The first 7 years was IBM, and then they went to a contractor. It was a local firm. It looks like there's a firm out of Wisconsin now that took over the Huron campus. And BAF, they work on the other side of building 8. You got building 41, 18, and then there's this other building. BAF, they used to be in Johnson City, but after the major flood we had here years back, they relocated there. So the hope was that they would take over, and they just lease buildings and stuff like that. But they do a lot of contract work for the Air Force there. So let's see, what else do we got? That was a good article. And KISS 104 is another sister channel radio station. You got WNBF, the news channel WAAL Whale. That's classic rock, and then KISS 104.1. That's a pop music channel there as far as that goes. So let's see, up in Buffalo, the Buffalo stations, not seeing anything there, not seeing anything there. And I believe we are at the tail end of the broadcast here, folks. So let me drop all these. And I think we're at an hour and 30 minutes here or thereabouts. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, we're at an hour and 32 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, folks, because I got to get my day started as far as that goes. And I do appreciate the viewership here, as well as, if you're watching this on the replay. Let's see, we had Tina, our Jersey girl, was here starting it out. Thank you very much. We had Tim Fan 40 coming in. Tina came in on the Twitch side. Tim Fan 40 came in on the YouTube side. And then after that, we had Maza, my Air Force veteran friend, brother Air Force veteran there from Las Vegas. Thank you for being here, Maza. And no, I have to go. I got stuff. And it's not too early. I got real stuff to go there. You're at work already. I got stuff I got to do this morning, Captain Rehab. I see you on the other. Yeah, Captain. What's that? Yeah, Captain. Yeah. See, she's. He says, "No, don't go too early," and he's just laughing. Yeah, he's just busting my chops. So thank you, Maza, coming in from Las Vegas. Liberty from the Niagara Buffalo area, and Captain Rehab says good morning. Thank you, Liberty, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And let's see, Captain Rehab said, I guess we had no big juice there for 100 years ago, Captain Rehab, huh? And of course, Captain Rehab coming in from the city of brotherly love. Thank you very much, my friend. And he was jokingly around, said, "No, don't." Oh, what the hell happened there? I didn't want that. No, he goes, let me bring it up. "No, don't go. I have to go, Captain Rehab. No, it's too early." Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. We got here. Too early. And then he's laughing his ass off, and he says, "Good morning to the missus." And he'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, he usually, that's his gig of stuff like that. That's fine. I appreciate the replays. Okay, so thank you very much if you're watching this on the replay. Thank you very much if you're listening to it on the my Spotify for Creators channel. We do repurpose it. Thank you for those listens as far as that goes. And again, I want to thank you for the people that were here watching it. But also thank you greatly the people that take part in the chat. And Captain Rehab is definitely one of those individuals that do. And I do appreciate it, Captain Rehab. I raise my coffee cup to you, sir. Thank you very much. He hangs out. He's at the job right now. Are you at the job right now? It's still early. You're not at the job yet. So with that, that's about it for now, folks. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left and get our day started. And with that, again, thank you very much. We're starting a new week. We're working towards the weekend. And you all have a great Monday. And we'll see you back here on Wednesday, because tomorrow we'll be playing the Want to Be Radio DJ on Mixcloud. So we'll see you back here on Wednesday. And I may or may not. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I say I'm going to broadcast Lord of the Rings online at night, but by the time after dinner, I'm just a vegetable. I just want to go to sleep. Maybe I should stop playing PUBG Battlegrounds and take a nap, but I love playing PUBG Battlegrounds. All right, folks. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, on Rumble Studios, at Fireman Rich over there on X, my mainstay for social media platforms. You all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care. Have a great day, and we'll be talking to you later. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thank you much.